I'm sitting like this from a game recap because I don't know what the Philadelphia Eagles just did. They're putting me in therapy. It's currently the next day, and I still don't know what to make of this game. I ended Monday night. I was telling myself, oh, this is just what I expected. This is because the Sharps were all on the Vikings. So I mentally prepared myself. Hey, Joshua, you did bet the Eagles early in the week. You're not going to get it covered. And that was fine. I was ready for it. I knew the Eagles were going to win by 3. And my God, I was just fine. Fine. Game started. Okay, whatever. Eagles are kind of moving the ball. 4th and whatever. I don't know. It wasn't a 4th and 2. That's what I know. It wasn't a 4th and 3. Could have been a 4th and 3, but it felt like a 4th and 75 because they decided, hey, instead of taking the points here, let's just go ahead and go for this. Even though they didn't need to, you can open the game up 3-0. Didn't seem like it was going to be a high-scoring game at all. It would have been 3-0, and you would have had yourself 3 whole points. But what do? You go ahead and you end up playing, oh, whoopsie. You don't get the first down. That sucks. I don't even think it was first down. It was a 4th and goal. You were so close. You could just kick a field goal. Anyway, I digress. As Atlanta went on the ball, I could tell myself, oh, wow, Bijan Robinson, really good running back. He's really good. That's why he's doing that. And then Algier comes in, and I go, oh, he's a really good running back. That's how this is working. But the thing is, yes, they are good running backs, but I could have rushed for maybe, 25 yards a carry the way that the Eagles' run defense was playing. It was atrocious. I thought this was supposed to be the thing that the Eagles are good at. Maybe I just don't know ball. I could just not know ball. But I thought they knew if someone's running across with a football, they could tackle them. I also went on my little show that I have that whole 10 people watch. All 10 people. And when I said, oh, the Eagles are really good within like 5 yards of the passing, I don't think that was the case here. And Kirk Cousins, they got him a couple times. They did. And it was a hard hit. Every time, you hit him on one of those. Every single time. But then what happens, right? Kirk Cousins didn't really get time to get activated. He started throwing a little bit to Drake London. It didn't really matter. He was kind of a non-ish factor in that game, but felt like he didn't make any mistakes. There was no interceptions thrown, which for Kirk Cousins visiting Philadelphia, that's a win in itself. So the Eagles offense, no A.J. Brown. No A.J. Brown, that's fine. It's not fine. It actually had a little bit of an impact on the line, or just Sharps just hitting the Vikings that hard that the line moved from 6.5 to 5.5. A.J. Brown turns out kind of essential to the Eagles offense. I guess I kind of underrated him, but you need him to catch some passes. Now, Devontae Smith was catching passes, but I like when Devontae Smith catches passes to be like, oh yeah, that's right, we have Devontae Smith, instead of going, oh, that's my wide receiver 1. Now, is he good enough to be wide receiver 1? Sure. I like him. He's so good at catching the football, which is a very important trait for a wide receiver. But we just need A.J. Brown because he's just a force. Goddard didn't get going. And we have another tight end. Who was that guy? I had a Dallas Goddard first touchdown. Didn't hit. Not like the other tight end got the touchdown because Jalen Hurts got the touchdown. Right? Oh, Jalen. He started off the game. Wasn't looking great because he keeps rolling out to the right and throws a dart to the right sideline. And I am sick and tired of seeing this play, of seeing him, okay, here I am, I'm rolling out. He's right here. He rolls out to the right. He goes in the pocket a little, rolls out to the right, and then just like goes in maybe for 2 yards, or just throws downfield out of bounds. No one cares, right? But what he did start doing in the game, Danny, come here, is that he was here, and then the pocket did collapse, and then, he ran straight, and he started to get rushing yards. And then that opened up the field. Then he could start throwing it to some other people. But he wasn't really throwing the football, it felt like. Maybe he did have a lot of throws, but it was bad. It was a bad game. They did get 18 points. You know who was a silver lining in my life? Saquon Barkley. Now, in my head, when we first got him and we let out Swift, I was like, okay, that's fine, I guess. Okay, like we got Saquon. I was freaking out. I'm like, all right, he's whatever. He's really good, and I understand why the Giants basically rush it with him every single play, because we should just almost rush it with him every single play because we ran it down their throats. If we just don't abandon, my stomach just growled, if we don't abandon the run, we can win games. But also, our defense has to learn how to stop the run. Turns out, it's all about running. And what is this new NFL? I mean, we're seeing Aaron Rodgers has 150 passing yards or whatever it was, and we're like, that's a good day for him. How ridiculous is that? Where it's just like, we're not seeing any passing yards. I want more passing yards, and I want things getting thrown down the field. Nick Sirianni. Sirianni. How lovely are you? I don't think anyone in Philadelphia looks at him, and this is my polite way of putting it, and goes in their head and goes, he knows ball. I will confidently say, I'll say it, I know more ball than Nick Sirianni. Here you go. Danny Devito. Danny. He knows more ball than Nick Sirianni. It was just outrageous. And now, sure, I can wrap my head around going for it early in the game instead of kicking the field goal. I get it. You want to be aggressive. Okay, whatever. Have fun. But what really bothered me was when the Eagles had the ball, they're up by 3, they're driving down the field. Now, in my head, selfishly, I wanted to push on my bet. So I was like, if they get a field goal here, that's great. We'll go ahead, push it, because if they got that first down, they were just going to go down on the, 2-yard line, and they weren't going to go in. I'm like, all right, they'll kick a field goal here, run out the clock to about, 45 seconds, and there's no way they'll be able to drive to the field in 45 seconds. So all they had to do, one down came, rushing timeout, another down came, rushing timeout. It is now 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. I don't know. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And Saquon Barkley was tearing it up. You just had to run in the middle with him. At this point, I'm like, okay, I don't even care about the push. How about the Eagles just put it in the end zone? That's fine. It's fine. Whatever. I knew this was coming. I mentally prepared myself. And instead, they decided to run a little screen with Saquon, or maybe it wasn't a screen. I don't know. He just ran out to the right. Maybe it was a little bubble. And they threw it to him. It was a good throw. This one's not on Jalen Hurts. And I think Philadelphia is really fast. Like Jalen Hurts, our throws would suck, or that to blame Jalen Hurts for this loss, but it was not Jalen Hurts' fault. Saquon Barkley played a perfect game. Almost perfect. I don't really know where you count as perfect, not perfect, whatever. I don't really care. Until he dropped the ball. And you know what happens when you drop the ball in the NFL? The clock stops. So instead of rushing it for even just like -5 yards, when you're well in field goal range and have your kicker kick a field goal with 40 seconds left on the clock, or whatever it was, a minute left on the clock, and make Kirk drive the entire field and kind of have the pressure of, oh, there's not much clock left. Instead, they decided to throw the ball, and it went nowhere. It went, oh, it's Saquon, boom, and it stopped the clock. Then all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins came out. Oh, Kirky. Everyone was like, all right, maybe like our defense will come up with a stop. Chunk play, okay, whatever. That's just sometimes that happens. Shorten the field, we'll get it. Another chunk play. Okay, now I'm starting to get a little bit worried. I'm like, there's so much clock. There's no timeouts. They got out of bounds for the first 2 throws. Third throw comes. Chunk play. It's like if they're giving free samples of something, you get super excited, you walk over, and you realize that the free sample's gross, and you just walk away immediately, and you leave the free sample person alone because you don't want that human interaction to begin with, and also the free sample's gross. That is how the Philadelphia Eagles played against these Atlanta wide receivers. On that last drive, it just felt like, oh, Kirk would just go ahead and throw it. Oh, they're wide open. Oh, and then on that third throw, they go ahead, they try to tackle, and he escapes for another like 6-7 yards, which that adds up so much. And then, of course, in that last throw, I think there was another throw in between there, another play, nothing happened, and then just Drake London over to the right, and then you have 48 or 43 seconds left. And then with that 48 and 43 seconds left, Philadelphia, okay, they got kind of a chunk play, got her, caught it. Now we're rolling. Okay, 15 yards to go. 40-something seconds, 30-something seconds, 20-something seconds. Doesn't matter. A lot of this doesn't matter. Jalen Hurts tries to throw it, force it. They're only 15 yards away. 15 yards in 20 seconds, which, like, I know sounds tough, but it's not that tough. It's really just kind of like one catch to get there. Because our kicker is really good. So all he had to do is just get in that range, and he did not. He did not even come, and he did not. What he did instead was completed a pass. To the Philadelphia Eagles? No! To someone on the Falcons, and then all hope was lost. And all of this on Nick Foles' retirement ceremony night. I mean, this was just atrocious by the Eagles, but we live another day. I guess they are 1-1 now. Falcons maybe not be as bad as everyone perceives, but nothing nothing makes me more upset than having a bad run defense. Ain't that right, Danny? So, Danny, please give the Eagles good luck, because they need it. This is atrocious.